Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry. I apologize. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to round 4 of the tracc.eu GT3 Cup here at Donington Park. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Dude.
Sully Jurcrox, and I'm joined here by Psycho Kaiser.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So, yeah, Sol and I will be commentating for you today, and I'll be doing double duty as a broadcaster as well.
Yeah. I apologize for my bit of scatterbrain. I'm trying to move everything so I can help bring commentary to the stream to the best of my abilities. But yeah, no, Donington Park, we've reached the halfway point of this season. It's exciting, shaping up so far to be a very close race so far from what I've seen in the points.
Yeah, second half of the
For
season, and we're in for a pretty good fight. So, Alvin Wong, as we recap, so from the last race we had at Suzuka, Alvin Wong took home the overall win in the pro class, and of course Ryoma Kirihara has his first win in the M class. But of course, the focus today will be the top two in the championship in the pro class. So we'll walk through the championship standings in a bit. So Sol, will you do the honors?
Yeah, I can take it for her. So yeah, speaking of that AM class point battle, Augustin Bata and Marcel Sux, both members of Eva's Motorsports, are in a close lead right now for first place, 1 point separating them. In third, we got Gary Slater, followed closely behind by Ryoma Kirihara. That win elevating them up to 4th position overall. Fifth, we got Sensoi, followed by Tim Bergen in 6th. Adrian Dubroca in 7th. Tied currently with Cosmo Marsh, the two of them 1 point behind the 6th place driver. Kaito Nasa, a very happy birthday to you, is in 9th place overall. 9th place overall in the AMS class, 17 points. Zaid Sadi wraps up the top 10 with 14 points, followed behind by Alex Lathoris, Oriel Brew, Gal Benedict, Jayton DeRusa, Daniel Bokamp, Eric Gregus, Jordan Brunch, Vladimir Elson, Paolo Godois, Nabil Narson, and Tomas Fedor rounding out the field in AM class. For the pro class, Alvin Wong leads the field by a 10-point margin with 51 points, followed closely behind by Ichiron Dijong with 41. Followed behind by Niels Sentowski and Daryl Young, who are a point apart, battling for third with 33 and 32 points respectively. Ruby Nekamata rounds out the top 5 for the pro class with 26 points, followed very closely behind by Alvaro Vicente in 6th. 7th place we got Alex Curto. 8th place we got Ben Plowman, who was followed close behind by a tie of Albert George and Tina Curtis, who both have 14th points. We got a tie for, I believe, 11th between 3 people: Scott Brewer, 4 people: Zhuangxi Lin, Scott Brewer, Zhuangxi Lin, Julian Strasser, and Bob Poplet. Oh no, actually, it's way more than 4. There's still more. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, all of them tied with 12 points for 11th right now. Ape Carlsvard is in 17th place with 10 points. Michael Juringer is in 18th place, tied with Tomas Krzai. Please. Krzai? Yeah, okay, cool. Then rounding out the grid, we got Seong KP, Julia Metzner, Anna Foster, and Asa Empire. And for the team... Okay. And for the team standings, Avis Motorsports, with that 1-2 in the AM class, puts himself right at the top of the field, followed by Grip Runners Racing with 58 points, In the Wall Sim Racing with 42, Queen's Designs Pan Am Formula with 40. In the Wall Sim Racing won over the original team with 34 points in 5th place. In 6th, we got Wild Things Racing x tracc.eu Racing Team, followed by Techno Burst Racing and Pulse Drive Racing Team. So yeah. So yeah, as we get started here with qualifying, everyone's getting out on track. The kind of battle to watch right now, at least for the AM class, is the battle between the two Avis Motorsports drivers of Marcel Sux and Augustin Bada. The two of them literally a point apart. I don't know if I feel like there's going to be some friendly competition between the two of them, but I don't think the two of them are going to be fighting each other very hard for you know, positions in this race. It's just kind of it's probably more ideal for them to kind of carry each other as a team. But that does not take away from the battle. I believe it was for was it 11th, which is I think between like 6 cars or so. So you know, some interesting racing to probably come for today's race. What do you think, Isa?
Sorry, I missed the memo a bit, but yeah, what is it again?
I'm just talking about how the people who are close in the points right now.
Oh yeah, indeed. Like
especially that big 6-way tie in the mid pack for the pro class.
Oh yeah, it's like all points are going to be crucial for you know, for this round, especially just to differentiate between them. So you know, we may expect some fierce fighting going on later on in the race, especially since we got a quite a big grid as well. You know, in total we actually have 23 drivers racing in Donington this round. So yeah, currently we have Etron De Jong in provisional pole as he crosses the finish line to improve on his time. Indeed, with a 126.682, or not really actually, it's 27.0, but still. Currently he holds provisional pole with a 126.6, closely followed by championship rival, who's currently leading the pro standing, Alvin Wong in second place right now, with a 127.2, but he's gonna cross the finish line. Where is he gonna end up? Last lap he did a 126.3, but that was an invalidated lap. Now make that provisional pole position. So that is 126.3 from our current championship leader.
Yeah. So that puts him about 0.3 of a second faster than the two cars behind him. They're both the two cars behind them are running 126.6s, and he's running on 126.3 right now. So he has a pretty significant gap coming into the beginning of this qualifying here. And he has a pretty significant gap in the points coming into this race. I think it was a 10-point difference between him and De Jong.
Yeah, I believe like De Jong did have a chance to fight Alvin Wong, especially when he switched cars from the Porsche to the Aston. But now Alvin Wong has proved this wrong, you know, by actually winning the race with the Aston. So this actually plays into his advantage as well, because the Aston is actually it's actually quite strong on this track. More so that it actually got a BOP for like I believe it had an increase, had a bit of a ballast going on to this track, so it will feel a bit heavier, but this will mean that, you know, the entire field will be quite balanced. So now the differentiating factor would be the skill of the driver, basically, as we see Alvin Wong coming into the pits basically to change his tire, and probably tweak a bit of his setup. But yeah, so now looking down the field, we have De Jong out on track right now, currently being held up by the debutant of this season, Nabil Nasran, who was a bit absent from most of the previous season, but now he's a replacement driver for the outgoing driver at Technobus Racing. So Seong KP has announced his retirement from after Suzuka. And now he's being replaced by Nabil Nasran. So Nabil is in AM currently, and yeah, looking at the practice server yesterday, looking at the practice server earlier today, he was actually doing quite well, but there was some reports of their brakes having a bit of an issue. So you know, we might probably see some good results from him, but you know, it might the stiff brakes problem might play into a hand if you know, if he wants to get a good result. He might need to you know, get that sorted out first.
Yeah, no, of course. I personally, I'm not going to be one of the people that's going to be very hard on him because he's coming in about halfway into a season. Everyone's kind of gotten into the groove, so to speak. Everyone kind of knows what to expect of each other. Not so much for them. This is I personally don't know their history with the series, but especially with that brake issue you're talking about, it might cause a bit of a learning curve for them. I have been proven wrong in the past, especially with talking about Wong and how the car may cause him a bit of issues, kind of getting into the learning curve of it. But I'm not gonna kind of hold them to a standard of everyone else in the field who's been here for 3 races prior to this. He's just kind of getting his footing right now, kind of seeing where he stands with the rest of the field.
I can probably have a say in this because I have raced him before in other leagues, but yeah, he's a pretty solid driver, and yeah, I believe like you know, he hasn't gotten the chance to race in TGT properly as he crosses the finish line in P13, probably holding up Etron de Jong for good measure, but hopefully that would not mean that you know, he impeded with the other car. But yeah, as we speak, yeah, currently we're gonna go on track, and of course running down through our current top 10 at the moment in each class. So currently we have Alvin Wong in the pits right now, but he's in provisional pole position, followed by Etron de Jong. He got held up earlier, so I think he will go out for one more for a few more laps of qualifying, and then followed by Yuan Shi Lin in P3 in Pro class and overall as well. And then in P4 we have Ryoma Kirihara, who just set a lap time of 1 minute 27.2, so 27.260, so he jumps up to P4 currently.
Just took
so
the ball and
yeah,
kind of
really,
dunked it there. My goodness.
yeah, really fast pace from
Big
the Malaysian. So yeah, if this is the second race running, he will be in contention for a promotion to the pro class. But of course, yeah, of course, anything can happen during the race, and you know, seeing that this is qualifying right now, we may have to wait and see. You know, as I've talked last week, Ryoma is known, so Kirihara is known to be a very good qualifier. But when it comes to the race, you know, he has a knack for, you know, cracking under pressure. You may see this, we saw this a bit on V-Track as well a few times ago. I think last week, when there was V-Track at Watkins Glen, there was a lap 1 incident of him. I think like there weren't any incidents involving him. It's just he, I believe he tapped the grass on the final corner, on the run through final corner, which, you know, will make you spin there. So he did just that, and yeah, I do hope he doesn't run into that, into a similar kind of incident in TGT. Right, anyway, followed by P6, so our reigning, our current champion, Ruby Nekomata, in the number 1 BMW Pan Am Formula Queen's design. So so yeah, Ruby's currently 9/10 off of the pole time at the moment. There's a bit of a gap going between Yuan Shilin, and actually Darul Liang just took P4 earlier. But yeah, as we run down the grid, we have Alex Curto in P7, Albert George in P8, Neil Sinkowski in P9, and then rounding out the top 10 is Scott Brewer, who's in the pits right now. But yeah, a bit of a gap forming in the top, between the top 3 and the rest of the pack. So we have like Darrell Young, who's currently 5/10 off of pole time, and the next car ahead of him is actually Yuan Shilin, who is currently 2 tenths off. So that's like a 3 tenths gap that Young has to make in order to in order to actually get up a few positions. But of course, coming through the final corner, coming through the chicane, he goes. Behind him is actually Albert Wong in the number 161. Aston Martin V8 Vantage, or not actually. Sorry, I got a little confused, but that is the number 30. Number 13 Nissan of Yuan Shilin. But yeah, coming through the final corner, currently there's not much of an improvement. So qualifying best for him is actually a 26.9. So only 4 drivers are in the 126s. So Daryl Young did a 126.9. But yeah, so far we do have some people making up the grid for a bit, and currently in the top 3 of the AM class. So we have Ryoma Kirihara currently in the pits, P6 overall, but on pole position, on provisional pole for the AM class, and then followed by Nabil Nasran, who's actually currently in P2 in class. So it is an Aston Martin 1-2 at the moment in AM right now, and then followed by Agustin Bata in the number 55 Porsche, rounding out the top 3 in AM. So yeah, what are your thoughts so far?
I was gonna say, Nazarene, I was gonna point out earlier, we were talking about him kind of getting in the groove of it, and then he immediately qualified on, like, pole for AM class. So as I was speaking, I was eating my own words.
Oh, no, I mean, it's fine. It's understandable. Of course, having to see a debutant or a returning driver in the series, rather, having this kind of performance, especially in a car that they're unfamiliar with, usually, because I know Nasran does use the mid-engine Ferrari per se. I believe like he did mention that he used to race with the 488 GT3 Evo that he had before. So yeah, currently, since he's racing for Technoburst, of course they have an Aston Martin, and more recently the Porsche 992 GT3R. So yeah, Nasran returns with his Aston Martin, which he actually used for the previous season of TGT, and yeah, currently he's doing pretty well actually. I think he just overtook. I think he's ahead of Chris I in the number 13 Ferrari. But yeah, track conditions currently are we're looking at a fast track with a 24-degree air temperature, 24 degrees Celsius, and a track temperature of 28. So far, not too hot. Of course, it's in the so-so range. So lap times are gonna go down a bit, but not too much. Yeah, at the moment, Nabil Nasran crosses the finish line to get 129.2. Not much of an improvement for him, but of course, if he wants to get a chance to get pole position in AM against Ryoma Kirihara, he has to do quite a lot of work, because he has quite a number of pro drivers. I would count 6 of them. Okay, yeah, 6 pro drivers to be exact. Yeah. So it'll be a bit of a challenge for Nasran, but I believe that being P2, qualified P2 in class is already a great achievement in itself, especially for a returning driver of his caliber.
Yeah, of course. It's I apologize. I was gonna say it's great to see them getting on a podium for the AM class. Definitely giving them the momentum they need going into this race. Especially since they're a returning driver, they haven't raced for a bit, at least in this league. It's definitely a good push in the right direction.
Right, and actually, as we speak, De Jong actually crossed the finish line and currently qualifies on pole position. So he's currently 800ths off. So he's currently 800ths ahead of Alvin Wong right now. So this is gonna be a very close fight yet again. For the second race running for these two championship rivals.
Every time I've sat and watched the qualifying between these two, it's been a one-up slugfest of, oh, you set this time, I'm gonna go a little bit faster, and then I'm gonna go a little bit faster, and it's always just fun to see how far they can push each other to go
Alvin
faster
Wong
and faster.
goes to pole position. 400ths of a second this time. Oh, this is giving us a real fight.
Like I was saying,
Oh.
De Jong swung for the fences, and they're like, okay, this is how we're doing this, and they swung back. I don't know if you've ever played this this childhood game of mine. It's called tennis, where you put two people put their hands against each other and they slap each other, slowly progressing, getting harder and harder. It feels like a motorsports equivalent of tennis.
Oh, indeed. But yeah, of course, without the without the occasional noises that I make. But yeah, we are currently looking for a really tight fight in the top two right now between these two championship rivals. So currently, we're on board with Alvin Wong. I'm not sure if he's on an improvement right now. I don't think he is on an improvement, but it's looking a little bit close right now. He's 300s away, according to the Delta. But of course, anything could still happen. Oh, a bit on the grass goes Alvin Wong, and then into the first hairpin of this track. Oh, hugging the inside, making a double apex corner on the exit. Just nice and clean, avoid the grass as well. And then onto the final corner we go. Oh, brake just before the Pirelli sign, and then hugging the inside as well. Make sure you have a good exit, good rotation there. And onto the final corner, oh, just touches the grass a bit. And yeah, no, he doesn't improve his time, so 126.2 right now. Okay, so right now focus would be you know, on De Jong at the moment. So he's currently 1/10 faster than his previous time, his personal best. So currently he has Ryoma Kirihara being, oh my goodness, oh, that was a bit very sketchy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so coming to the first hairpin of the section, yeah, that would actually cost him quite a bit, because he's lost 1/10. He's lost that 1/10 advantage already on the Delta.
Running into traffic, ruining their lap right now.
Oh yeah, that would prove very costly. And coming to the final corner, crossing the finish line, and he doesn't improve his time. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, so
another really close qualifying battle between these two. These two have honestly this season have kind of just proven that they are the class of the field.
Yeah, I know. They're
running
like
away
very
from the next car down, which is 5/10, I believe, behind them.
Oh, indeed, very close between these two.
So,
but ultimately,
not
Alvin
a massive
Wong,
margin.
yeah, ultimately, Alvin Wong comes out on top with a 126.145. But of course, De Jong could prove to be a challenge at the start as well. We might have to see later on. And yeah, anyway, we shall move on into the race for a bit, yeah. And just give me a moment, yeah. All right, so to the race we go, and right, so we shall walk you through the grid for a bit, and we shall do it with a style. All right, I'm not sure what happened with the camera, but just give me a moment.
It's okay if we peek just a bit more over. Oh, that's a wing. I was about to say, if we peek a bit more over whatever part of the fence this is, we might be able to see it.
Anyway, we're gonna move a bit to the front, yeah? Sorry, cameraman's a bit, is feeling a bit wonky at this moment, but it's fine. Can we see the time? Because we're already in the race, we could not get the times on the sheet right now, but all I can tell you is 126.1 from Alvin Wong, and same time as well for De Jong, but separated by 400ths of a second. So yeah, anyway, could you walk the grid, Sol?
Yeah. Starting us off in first, we have
Alvin
Wong, thank you for correcting me. We got De Jong in second. We got Zhuangxi Lin in third. We got Daryl Young in fourth. We got Ruby Nekomato in first. We got Kurto in sixth. We got Kirihara, top of the AM class, in seventh. We got Bob Poplet in eighth. We got Santowski in ninth. We got George in 10th. We got Scott Brewer in 11th. We got Krizai in 12th. We have Isaac Umbras in 13th. We have Curtis in 14th. We have Nazarene, second in AM, but 15th overall. We got Bada in 16th, Sensoy in 17th, Slater in 18th, Marsh in 19th, Bergern, Bergern in 20th, Dubroka in 21st, Bukamp in 22nd, and rounding out the field is Kaito Nasa. Again, a very happy birthday for them. Hopefully they can kind of pick up the pace here come race.
Yeah,
maybe give
indeed,
themselves a good finish.
Oh, look at that. That's a happy birthday as well underneath the spoiler. But yeah, Alfred designed his livery. So yeah, happy birthday to you, Kaito Nasa. And the grid's taking off right now for the formation lap of the race. So right now, we shall move to the broadcasting side, right? Anyway, into turn so yeah, they just went past turn 1 for a bit, and yeah, we currently have an hour of a race. And to those who are new to track, first of all, welcome. If you enjoyed the stream so far, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Of course, we are currently in the formation lap of round 4 of the tracc.eu GT3 Cup. And yeah, we are looking for a very tight fight between the two championship protagonists. So Alvin Wong, our current championship leader, followed by De Jong, closely followed behind. Wow, so these two are already very close to each other at the formation lap alone. So yeah, they're giving pressure to each other as we speak. And yeah, currently we are in for a very good fight between these two. Hopefully, hopefully we don't jinx it as a commentator, but yeah, hopefully we get to see
the commentators
how things are shaping up right now. And Roy. Okay, so yeah, Sol. What do you think is gonna happen in the race? You know, what do you think is gonna happen?
I mean, a lot of these early couple turns, I guess minus Redgate, which is turn 1 here at this track, there are a lot of more kind of high-speed open turns more than anything. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of passes coming into the last 3 turns here, the Melbourne hairpin, Godards, and the S's, just because it's kind of tighter, kind of slower area. Everyone's going to kind of bunch up a bit more. No, but I definitely see. I can definitely see if it's like the last race, Alvin Wong and Etron De Jong are gonna just take off. They're gonna leave the rest of the field in the dust, and then it's just gonna be a battle between the two of them. But yeah, no, I don't know. My hope is that Ryoma Kirara can kind of keep their car up the field as much as they can. Kind of learn from the mistakes of the past, kind of, you know, have just a clean race, because so long as they can keep it clean, they're solid, basically. They've got it like a 6-car buffer, I believe.
Right. So currently, sorry, green flag. So Alvin Wong actually loses the lead in turn 1. So De Jong is now leading the race. Right. Oh, what is going on right now? Sorry, timing is a bit bugged right now. But yeah, De Jong took the jump on Alvin Wong and currently is leading the race right now. And yeah, look at Alvin Wong right behind. He's hounded by Darryl Young at the moment. So yeah, a pretty bad start for our championship leader so far. And yeah, this is gonna be shaping up to be a bit of a challenging race for the number 161 Aston Martin right now. And so far so clean, or not so behind at the moment, because we have the number 82 of Shensoi probably tumbling down the order. Not sure what's happened to them. We might have to check the replay later on. And yeah, currently into the first hairpin we go. And yeah, so far pretty calm for the rest of the grid.
Yeah. Speaking of tumbling down the grid, as we come out of the Godard's hairpin here, Ryoma Kirihara has moved all the way back down the field. He's now in 12th.
Oh yeah, and actually looks who's behind him, Nabil Nasran.
Something might have happened at the beginning.
Yeah.
So something might have happened here at the beginning of this race that, and again, I'm eating my words as I'm saying them today.
There was no contact
So now he has
actually
to
in
defend
the.
hard from NASCAR.
Yeah, there was no contact in
Yeah, that's
the
why.
middle of the
That's
thing. So yeah, this is we might
that's
check
why
the
I'm
replay later
confused
on.
at what happened.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
might
for
be a
sure.
bit of a bad
But right
start.
now he's being
Probably
hounded.
probably being a bit cautious on, probably being a bit cautious on the start. You know, too cautious as well. But yeah, so far looking back at the front, we have De Jong leading in the McLaren 720S Evo, followed by Alvin Wong in P2, and in P3 actually we have Darrell Young in the Bentley. Behind, we have Yuan Shilin, Ruby Nakamata, Alex Kurto Sikowski, Poplet, George, and Isaac Umbras completing the top 10. So, so far, things have been looking calm. It's pretty straightforward, single file, but we have a battle in our hands in the form of the AM class right now. So we have Ryo Makihara, closely followed by Nabil Nasran, our returning driver for Technobus Racing to race for his second season in track GT3 Cup, second season for Technobus actually. But yeah, closely followed behind by Tina Curtis, although they're in a different class, so you know, it might cause a bit of a ripple effect for these two at the front right now. But yeah, this is the closest battle that we have at the moment, and Tina Curtis going in here, hounding Nabil from behind basically, and yeah, we are actually we're actually on board with Tina Curtis at the moment. So so yeah, walk us through the thing, Soul.
Walk us through the thing. So yeah, as right now, we see Tina Curtis currently on the bumper, or as close as they can get right now to the bumper of Nazareth, who's in front of them. It is currently, I believe, a interclass battle, so it doesn't really benefit either of them for sticking around here for too long. But I can completely understand for the fear for Nazareth right now, because if Tina Curtis gets past, and the Tina Curtis and Krizai get past right now, they are now going to be in the thick of it for the AM field right now, as Tina is getting closer and closer to trying to make that pass, looking for any opportunity they can. And I think they will take it right here, coming out of the hairpin. Let's see if they can make it stick. I don't think it's within Nazareth's best interest to keep that fight going, but they push them almost all the way onto the dirt there. They are now
Still side by side, coming to the S's. This is not looking good so far. They had a bit of a bump. Oh, Tina Curtis on the inside. Oh, there they go. Oh, yeah, very wise of Nabil to avoid defending for a bit, because yeah, the next corner ahead, the old hairpin, is a pretty treacherous place to you know, to have an overtake spot on. But yeah, so far so clean for these two drivers right now. And actually, right behind, we have Krishai as well, trying to overtake Nabil Nasran. They're not in the same class as well, because Krishai is in the pro class at the moment, and yeah, they are currently looking to overtake Nabil Nasran, and of course up ahead of them is for position in class. It's Curtis in the white and pink Lamborghini. So looking through the entire field, looking back at the front as well, yeah, look at this. This top two in the championship are engaged in the battle of the century, with you know, with being this close as well. So we are seeing a repeat of Suzuka round 2. We're pretty sure, but yeah, this is roles reversed this time. So I believe in Suzuka, back at Suzuka, Wong was in the lead of the race, and this time around we have De Jong in the lead, and currently being chased by our championship leader. So
he's currently just looking for any opening they can right now.
Oh, indeed.
I feel like they're waiting for that kill zone of the two hairpins, one after another right now, to kind of make that pass.
Yeah,
I
indeed,
will
but
say,
they can't afford to make any mistakes because right behind them is actually the Bentley of Darrell Young.
so the three of them right now are battling for position. Wong currently has the fastest lap right now with 1:26.787. As the three of them go nose to tail, one after another through that hairpin. But yeah, no, Wong is currently pushing right now to try and catch the car in front of him. Make that position back up.
Yeah, indeed, and right, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a bit of a game of chess for these two, because on one hand, one has to defend at the front, but I believe we've had the saying before, the worst place to be in a battle is actually in the middle of a three-way pack. Because of course, you have to plan your overtake, and at the same time, you have to defend from the car behind. So Alvin Wong so far is doing a stellar job at defending the position. Not to warrant a defensive move at the moment, but of course stretching the gap a bit away from the Bentley behind him. And yeah, actually we almost saw an overtake on our leader of the race so far. So yeah, this is shaping up to be a very interesting race, because like the top three so far are covered by 1 second.
Yeah, they're all kind of right next to each other. Ruby Nakamata kind of a bit further back, regardless. Oh, actually, speaking of Ruby Nakamata, she set the fastest lap now, which is 1:26.732.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, yeah, no, 732.
yeah, I mean, this is kind of bound to happen because because basically the top three ahead are busy with defending and battling each other, so they're losing a bit of lap time. So, you know, with this kind of pace, Ruby can actually catch up to the top three ahead. You can actually see in the main straight there.
Yeah. Yeah, Ruby is just kind of catching up to the top three of the field. Young, I was gonna say, is basically battling a war on two fronts, like you said.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
actually, I was gonna say we have another three-way fight as well. This is for P7. So currently we have Sinkowski, the teammate Poplet, and of course Albert George in the other Queen's Design Pan Am Formula racing team. So yeah, currently we're looking into quite a lot of battles going on, but so far this is the well, this is kind of the closest one actually. But yeah, these two GTRs are currently ooh, nose to tail between each other.
No, yeah, nose to tail isn't coming out of that turn.
Don't forget rule number one:
really,
don't ever take out a teammate.
Yeah, let's see if they can follow that rule as we come through the turn here, making our way towards the S's down the straight. These cars benefit on these high-speed straights, so we're definitely gonna see them kind of come a bit closer together here, coming through the S's. Whoa.
Yeah, the
keeping it clean, keeping it smooth.
Yeah, this chicane is gonna be a bit sketchy for some, because if you take it a bit wrong, you might get a track limits warning. Oh no, that's very close. They make contact. Oh, there they go. But thankfully,
saves it.
Yeah,
impressive save from Santowski there.
Oh, thankfully that was saved just nicely. But yeah, yeah, I think they almost forgot about rule number one. Thankfully, Abbott George was there to kind of save him from disaster, basically. But yeah, oh, really got there was someone actually coming out of the pits there. A bit of a dangerous spot, of course. Yeah, it can't be helped. Oh, that was yeah, that was really interesting, actually.
Yeah, no. Round of applause for all three of them for not making that an absolutely massive wreck.
Indeed. I believe we can watch a replay of this as well. Yeah.
Just
Ooh,
gets
a bit close.
too close. I think that might have been a bit of netcode, but they all Santowski catches it. The two of them keep from making it a bigger mess than it was.
Definitely. Anyway, back up to the top three. We still have an almost equal gap. 4/10 of a second to the field, but I think Alvin Wong actually made a bit of a mistake coming through the chicane, and is currently under pressure from the number 9 Bentley of Young. So
Yeah.
Young really looking to overtake the Aston. You know, a position is a position, and especially when it comes to these two, Alvin Wong, of course, cannot afford to lose another position if he wants to keep his advantage in the championship.
He does have a 10-point advantage in the point standing right now, which gives him a nice bit of padding, but not something you want to lose, especially at the halfway point.
Oh yeah. Actually, look. While we have this battle going on, I'd like to give a bit of a focus on Ryoma Kirihara. So something has happened to him because currently our AM class leader is actually Nabil Nasran. So he hits up the front of the field in AM class, and followed by 5.3 seconds behind is Agustin Bata in the Porsche. So what has happened to Kirihara? Has he made a mistake somewhere?
I feel like it had to our notes there was no contact again, right?
Yeah, there weren't any contacts.
So yeah, it might have
as
just
well.
simply been a mistake, and especially if he made a mistake earlier that dropped him down the field like that. There could also be something affecting the car. It's really strange. He was doing so well in qualifying, he's just dropped really far back. Plenty of room for him to improve, though, as we move up the field to, I believe, Scott Brewer and Isaac Umbros battling here for 10th.
Ooh, down the inside they go.
Brewer goes deep inside, making the move easy and smooth for the two of them.
Yeah,
Avoiding any contact.
very easy from the McLaren driver.
As Umbros looks to catch up and hopefully make a counter move here soon. I think they might be doing it here in the next corner. So we move up to Neil Santowski, who has Poplet right behind him. This kind of 7th to 11th place pack of 5 cars are currently fighting with each other as as Poplet makes the pass on Santowski, who runs a little bit into the dirt.
Whoa, a bit into the dirt goes Santowski as well.
Yeah, he keeps getting into that dirt. I think that spin might have messed with his tires a bit, as George is looking to take advantage. Getting right up on that.
Is he gonna go down inside here? Oh, that was very close.
Oh,
but he thinks better of it.
Santowski making the block.
Oh, thinks better of it. And, you know, if they battle a lot, there's Scott Brewer and Isaac Umbros directly behind. So, yeah, pretty good. Very great a very great three-way fight for P7 right now. So currently, Poplet leads the pack in P7, closely followed by his teammate, Sikowski and Albert George. Right behind in the Pan Am Formula BMW. So yeah, really shaping up to be a very interesting battle. And you know, if they keep battling each other, Scott Brewer right behind. Ooh, very close from the Hungarian. Very close
George
there.
Absolutely nose to tail coming in here. He might go for actually a pass attempt here.
Ooh, right.
Doesn't seem to have the run to make it stick. Probably just playing it safe after that last turn. Just getting that close probably getting that close once is one thing, but getting that close twice is kind of sketchy racing.
Yeah, not just that, overtaking is another as well. So Albert needs to find an opportunity to get past the in the wall GTR, the green one first, and then closely followed by the blue lip one. So yeah, apparently I just noticed that there's a bit of a differentiator, a bit of an accent color unique to each driver for the in the wall teams. So yeah, currently I believe Sinkowski has the green front lip and some green rims as well to his car, and then Poplet has the blue on their GTR. So it's pretty easy to identify them now with the accent color, seeing that they both have very similar color schemes too, just with different numbers. Anyway, up at the front, we have De Jong still in the lead for the race, then followed by Alvin Wong still planning his move to overtake his championship rival so far. And yeah, currently he sets, currently Wong has the fastest lap of the race. And actually I was gonna say, Sector 1, currently Darrell Young is actually fastest in Sector 1 so far. So very interesting actually for this round of the race. So yeah, but I would say that Wong could actually keep up with De Jong. So it's now up to the McLaren driver to plan out his moves, of course, and hopefully bring this to their first stop. So so to those who are unfamiliar with the racing at TGT Cup, okay, GT3 Cup. So basically, all these drivers race for 1 hour with a mandatory stop. So everyone has to go into their pits. Everyone has to go into the pits. So if you can see in the middle, top middle part there, pit window open. So basically, everyone can go into the pits and serve their penalty if they are out of their pit window. Basically, the mandatory stop would not count, and they would risk getting disqualified if they don't manage to serve their mandatory pit stop. So so far, I would say that this battle might carry on into the second stint. So they also have to these two drivers that we're looking at the moment have to plan out their stops real quick. Someone might pull an undercut. Maybe Alvin Wong could actually pull out an undercut on De Jong. As long as they can keep up with the yellow and blue McLaren driver, it's by a Ridge Racer apparently. Yeah, I'd say that Alvin, we might see Alvin pulling the pin in the pit stop later on, but of course anything could happen in the race. As long as these two drivers don't make a mistake, all is good for them. So advantage currently goes to De Jong.
Yeah, no, we're definitely. I feel like this race is gonna have to come down to pit strategy. Because even though Alvin has the pace right now to catch De Jong in front of him, he can't make any sort of move to pass right now. The saying goes, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. But right now, even though with the exceptional pace he has right now, he's currently not able to find any moves to make that pass.
What has happened to Kirihara actually? Kirihara was tumbling down again, but so far currently he's still in the top 3 of the AM class, so there might be a bit of a timing bug going on. But so far, yeah, the AM field looks a little spread out. 10 seconds from P2 to P3. I'm not sure what has happened actually. Is that a timing bug? It might be because Bata actually dropped down to P3, so something might have happened with the Porsche actually.
On the track map, there was a sign for them. Like there was a caution light for them on there. So
this has happened apparently.
Yeah, so the 393 of the 993 of Bergen got into them, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I believe they had spun off, and then they met them basically off the side of the track.
It's a little unlucky. I would say it's a 50-50 because
as Wong goes nose to tail with De Jong here, definitely trying to make that move stick. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's very close right now.
Maybe move that'll stick.
Yeah. Will there be an overtake from the from the Aston Martin actually? Oh, we shall wait and see. They're cooking up something right now. But yeah, still a bit of a stalemate going on in the top 3. It got very close, but thankfully, but yeah, De Jong managed to defend his position, defend his lead so far. And looking down the order, we actually have Sinkowski actually dropping down a bit to Poplet. So currently he's being hunted by Albert George. So yeah, and also look right behind him, there's actually Scott Brewer as well. Actually, Brewer's a bit close to a little close to the BMW ahead of him, George. And yeah, I think there might be an overtaking opportunity happening pretty soon. But yeah, looking up back at the front, the top two, these two championship rivals still at it. Into the chicane they go. They better be careful because there's going to be track limits there as well. But yeah, so far so good between these two. And yeah, we are so far so good. Yeah, this race has been, I'd say this race has been kind of clean, bar a few incidents. But so far, actually between the top two and you know, the others. Oh well, as I say that, George
Sinkowski
gets
goes
the
off
overtake
track
done
there.
on Sinkowski. Sinkowski goes to the gravel. Hopefully he doesn't get a track limits warning with that. But yeah, for the GTR driver, his job is not over yet because there's also Scott Brewer and right behind him as well, Isaac Umbras joining in the party.
Yeah, I think that earlier incident has definitely made Santowski's tires a lot, not as good as they could be right now. I think also that incident, he might have just not gotten, he might not have slowed down enough for that turn, which going through the gravel trap, even though it may net him some sort of penalty down the line, it probably was just the smarter decision than plowing through and potentially causing a big wreck for no reason.
Oh, what has happened to Kaito Nasa? Oh, apologies. Something must have happened to them at the moment, actually. So, birthday boy.
This is not the
yeah.
birthday gift they wanted, I don't think. I think
Yeah,
they just might have
a
gone
bit
off the track a bit.
wide. Oh, that was a
Yeah,
little
they
wide
just went
from
wide off the track.
from the American driver, but yeah. Anyways, we look back at the front currently. Oh, is there gonna be an overtaking opportunity happening pretty soon? As you can see, there's also back markers. As we speak, there's Kaito Nasa right behind them. So yeah, so far, so far this battle has been heating up quite a lot as well. For well, since the race start actually. And yeah, the championship leader also looking to regain the lead that they lost from the race start earlier.
Yeah, so right now we got basically a 3-horse race for the win here. Young kind of looming in the back right now. I feel like he's trying trying to wait for an opportunity to arise before he makes a pass. But these two guys are just getting away from him. We've seen a couple pass attempts by Wong, especially through I believe that was Melbourne hairpin. He looked up, he looked down, he couldn't find anything though. But I think the back markers might give him a bit more of opportunity here, as we are on board with him, coming towards the S's as they go around Kaito Nasa, making sure to give each other, both parties making sure to give each other a wide enough berth to get through. Wong making a little bit of a space on the S's. Yeah, no, these two are fighting hard for it. These two are a battle of titans as they go through the hairpin. Wong having to go a bit wide to avoid hitting De Jong. But yeah, no, these guys have, this entire season, have just generally been a battle of titans between the two of them. As I'm not sure who that is going into the grass.
Yeah, that was Zabrovka in the GR Aston Martin V12.
Yeah. A lot of people getting into the dirt in this race. That's one thing I've noticed during this entire race. A lot of people have been kind of overshooting turns more than I guess cutting them.
I'd say like everyone's pushing their limit so far, even though you know, we're still in the first half of the race. We're almost halfway there. But yeah, seeing that, you know, this is basically one of those British tracks where, you know, there's no there's not much astroturf. There's only grass. You know, there's only grass that's just there. So if you just hit them just a bit, you know, it might be they might feel a little funny. And you know, the car might feel a little funny and just go ticklish into the kitty litter somewhere. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure like everyone's gonna have to watch out as well, because you know, once they hit the grass, probably in the wrong spot, it might actually cost them the race.
No, for sure. Well, we've seen how it's affected two people's races so far. We got two cars. I believe both Porsches were off.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say, look at this. We have Sinkowski, so that's another three-way battle, still involving almost the same driver. So it's only Sinkowski involving another three-way battle, and Scott Brewer right behind, and also Isaac Umbras within 1 second within 1 second of Scott Brewer.
Yeah, Scott Brewer trying to make a pass here, looking for an opening, trying not to hit Santowski in front of him. Brewer is definitely picking up some steam here. Oh,
Yeah, indeed.
apparently
He's found some pace. Actually, I'm not sure if it's enough to catch up to the car ahead, but of course, Sinkowski is gonna make sure to protect his teammate from tumbling down. You know, other than Albert George, but so far looking good for Poplet. Right up ahead, almost 2 seconds ahead of Albert George. But yeah, what do you think is gonna happen during this one? Because like we've seen a few stalemates with the three-way battle, especially at the front. But I'm pretty sure that things are starting to happen. Oh yeah.
Big lunge, trying to make up as much space as possible there. I definitely see Scott Brewer going for a pass here. If not, it's going to become a battle of when I.
Is it a good exit from Scott from Brewer? Doesn't look like it because the GTR, despite sliding a bit, they actually had a better exit speed coming through the back straight there and coming through the chicane. Oh, a bit of a slide from Scott Brewer. Oh, that's a nice save. I'll tell you that. And actually, we see a bit of a side-by-side moment with these two drivers briefly. And yeah, almost Isaac Umbros actually almost overtook Brewer into the first hairpin, but of course him being on the outside, it's a little bit sketchy, a little bit disadvantaged, but you know, but it's fine. So they both keep their positions intact.
What I was gonna say is if Scott Brewer's not able to make the pass here in the next few turns, it's gonna definitely start coming down to pit strategy for a lot of these drivers, especially these big packs of people racing real close to each other. It's gonna come down to when you hit and if you can undercut or not.
Oh,
I believe that's
almost.
Santowski making a pass up there ahead.
Oh, that was a back
close.
marker, the number 919. Oh,
yeah,
very
close, but keeps it clean.
Yeah, indeed. Ooh, yeah. That was a little sketchy, if you ask me, but yeah, so far pretty good between these three drivers with negotiating back markers. Anyway, into the back at the front, these top two. So actually looking behind, Darryl Young actually fell back the off the top two, and actually is going into the pits right now.
Yeah, so yeah, first of about I think the top 5 cars. They're going to be joined by Ruby Nakamata. So Ruby Nakamata, Darryl Young are the first two of the top 5 overall to go into the pits, I believe. I don't think I saw anyone else go in on the tower, the standings tower.
Ooh, look at this! Oh, we just panned the camera at the same time. Oh, these two Aston Martins are battling each other, and we are looking at the AM Plus net lead. Oh, they're gonna be joined in the in some kind of battle going on at the moment. We're gonna switch to the helicam right now. There's gonna be a 5-car train into the S's right now. Oh my goodness, this is already shaping up to be a very, very interesting race as well for the AM Plus driver as well. Another Nasrun goes a bit wide.
Nasrun goes way off into the grass.
Oh,
yeah, those cold tires definitely coming into play there.
Yeah, look at this.
I saw
up ahead.
looking behind Santowski. So right now for Kirihara, they've kind of reclaimed their kind of first place in AM, and now we're kind of back to watching Scott Brewer chase down Santowski for 6th place now. That'll probably peter down the standings as pit cycles go through. But yeah, they are nose to tail coming to that hairpin.
Oh, Alvin Wong's pulled the pin. Oh, he's coming into the pits to get an undercut. Oh, will this undercut work though? Ooh.
With the paint as we go side by side.
Look at that!
Touching. You could literally slip a piece of paper as they went, I believe, 3 wide through that hairpin.
Oh my goodness! No! Oh no!
Going for a lunge, trying to make it 3 wide through the 2nd hairpin. Absolutely annihilates them. Yeah, that was a 3-way pass first.
NASA just outbroke themselves somehow. I'm not sure
That
what
was
has
Nasa.
happened there.
Oh, was that Kaito Nasa?
Yeah, that was Kaito Nasa, actually.
Oh, my bad. Okay. They were. All I could see
Oh,
was purple
yeah,
back
like it or
part of
not,
the
they have to come
Mercedes.
into the
I
pits then.
apologize. Yeah. I mean, at that point, you might as well.
Yeah,
That
Isaac
is
Umbris also coming into the
unfortunate.
pits. No damage for them as well, even though you know there might be some scuffs in front. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Brewer's gonna have to spend that extra few seconds repairing damage actually. But yeah, looking back at the front, we have Ryoma Kirihara back into the lead of the AM class at the moment, and closely followed by Nabil Nasran, even though they're 2.2 seconds off of the AM class lead. But of
Dijon's coming
course,
into pit now.
yeah, of course, as long as they keep it together, it should be fine. So yeah, so our current race leader, Etron De Jong, is coming into the pits to respond to that undercut of Alvin Wong. But of course, we're gonna have to find out because Alvin Wong currently, I believe, is coming through the chicane so far, and yeah, so far looking pretty nice from the Aston Martin at the moment, coming through the hairpin right now. Chasing time is De Jong in the number 87 McLaren 720S Evo. And yeah, oh, what do you think is gonna happen? We're currently watching this very closely,
I mean,
folks. Do tune in for
definitely
this.
gonna be close as they come out.
Yeah, De Jong's coming out of the pits. Wow, how is this gonna go? We're gonna go to the helicam. Oh, look at that! They're very close! Oh, stop by start into turn one! The Zhang loses the lead! Oh, a bit of a touch as well!
Wang and Dijon nose to tail coming out of the pit. The two of them as close as they could make it coming out of that pit lane. It's a bit of a wonky merge, but Wang was able to make the pass and make it stick as Daryl Young gets the drive-through penalty.
Oh! Oh, he has a drive-through
so,
as well. Oh, that would be
so
that would actually be a bit
the Bentley
costly.
So yeah, the Bentley who's been holding third this entire race is gonna have a bit of a hit to their run here. Might give the position to Ruby Nekomata, all depending on how long it takes them to get through that pit lane.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, but of course, battle's not over yet because there's also backmarkers to negotiate again, as they're gonna negotiate Kaito Nasa.
They make it 3 wide.
Merc. Ooh,
that's really tight. Side by side as they come through the Melbourne hairpin on the way to Goodard's. The two of them battling hard here the last 30 minutes of this race.
Oh, definitely. So this
Dijon
is
not
part
able
2.
to make the move stick.
Oh, this is gonna be part 2
it...
of the whole saga already. Oh. Right, so now it's Dijon's turn to attack. My goodness, this is already turning into a very spicy race as we speak, and yeah, we are all here for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. The racing has been very heated between these two. Again, a battle of titans between these two. These guys are the class of the field here today.
I mean,
and honestly, this entire season so far.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually quite surprised that you know, there was not there's not much contact. It was just, you know, it was just a bit of a bump, but of course it didn't turn up. It didn't turn out to be bad for either of them, and you know, they could keep racing with each other, and as we see. Actually, De Jong had a better exit. Is he gonna do a dive down inside? No. Oh, he thinks better of it. Of course.
De Jong was looking for it. He's gonna take a bit of a wider turn through the Melbourne hairpin.
Ooh, yeah.
So, like I predicted, this area seems to be kind of the hot spot for passes, but also for some reason the hot spot of people going 3 wide into a hairpin.
Yeah, I mean,
we've seen it twice now. For people,
yeah, I know. I mean, it's already wide enough for 3 or probably 4 cars as well. But yeah, I'd say I was gonna comment that on the that was a bit on the grass for the Aston ahead. Oh, might give De Jong a bit of a chance, but of course, yeah. As I was saying, right, the hairpin. In order to get a pass done on the hairpin, one must pressure the person ahead that they're battling with at the chicane. So the chicane that we saw after the back straight will be a vital point to decide who gets to the first hairpin. So that's already the first part of the the section, and the second part would actually be not outbreaking into the first hairpin as well. Oh, look at that! With the chicane they go. Not a it's a bit subpar from De Jong, but it's fine as we see.
I mean, to be entirely
back
fair,
market.
Wong has to get through some lap traffic here. The Mustang giving them a pretty decent bit of space to get past, not stopping them very much, which is probably not what Dijon wanted coming into the second hairpin. Just hoping that Mustang might have held up Wong in front of them. So they do a little bit of running in the grass coming across the line here.
Yeah.
Wong starting to disappear into the distance a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, De Jong, like it or not, he has to keep up with, Wong, and I think this is already turning into Suzuka a bit. I think last race, this exact scenario has happened, pretty much. So, De Jong, I think he has to keep his chin up and try to pressure Alvin Wong into a mistake somewhere. Where? Well, we're not really sure where at the moment, but of course, he definitely has to make a move real quick, because even though we have 22 minutes remaining, of course, being held up like this is not an ideal situation that De Jong would like to be in. So definitely, urgency is very urgent for him to definitely try and make it pass.
I mean, 21 minutes is still a pretty decent window for them. It's not like they have to make up a couple second gap. So right now they could be biding the time. It's Kaito Nasa off again, doing a little bit of a spin in the grass. I've noticed a couple times coming through these corners that this has been a bit of a trouble spot for them. So unfortunately, that's going to be bogging down their birthday race.
Yeah, not a good birthday for NASA there. I think not sure what's happened with that car. I'm pretty sure something's gone wrong so far. But yeah, of course. Still, the battle at the front is still brewing on. So if you've missed the first half of the race so far, yeah, well, where have you been? Yeah, we've been treated to a three-way fight for the lead, and basically De Jong took the lead from our current leader at the moment, Alvin Wong, and into turn one, and of course he held on to it until the first pit stop, where Wong pulled the trigger for this undercut, and it actually worked. Oh, that was it was a brilliant pass as well for the lead, as they come out of the pits as well. But yeah, of course, don't tune out yet, folks, because the top two are still battling right now. So now De Jong is cooking up an attack on Wong. Oh, this is gonna be very interesting. I was gonna ask about predictions on how this is gonna go down.
I'm honestly not gonna predict anything else for this race, because every time I've predicted something for this race, it's gone the opposite of whatever I said. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, personally, on this. But they are keeping it nose to tail right now.
Yeah, and actually,
Zhang not wanting to give Wong any bit of a gap. Suzuka, Wong kind of just took off after a bit of just kind of smooth racing. So now De Jong is just trying to keep him in his sight lines.
Yeah, and as I was
especially after that undercut.
Yeah, I was gonna point out De Jong actually took that claim with the fastest lap of the race. So he's still up there, fighting for the lead as best as he can.
Yeah, he's currently got a 1 lap advantage on those tires, wear-wise, to Wong. So he's definitely using that to his advantage right now.
Right.
Putting a lot of pressure coming into the S's as we come towards the Melbourne hairpin once more. Yeah, the Melbourne hairpin has been the place to pass after,
Ooh,
as it
wow,
seems.
okay.
This Dong not able to find a move to an opportunity to pass here, having to go real wide to make the gap. Trying to close in the gap right now is I believe this is lap traffic they're coming up onto.
I think
Ooh,
that was
almost making contact.
Krashai. That might be Krashai, I think. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Krashai. And right, yeah. Anyway, moving down the grid, we have this kind of battle going on. Don't worry, the guy
Young is currently in a Wild Thing sandwich right now.
oh
But
indeed,
both the
three
Wild
Wild
Things drivers
Things
are
car.
right behind. He makes an amazing pass through the hairpin.
Oh,
They
I
are now
think
nose
they're
to
giving a
tail
bit
to
of
nose to.
a team,
Oh,
bit of a team order going around, and actually, Kurdo, in the AMG, actually gave way to Young.
so yeah, currently Wild Things holding uh uh, fifth, sixth, and I believe
That was actually
I'm not
Chensoy.
Chinsoy. Oh,
Yeah, Chensoy being lap traffic so far, but they're also in a little bit of pressure. And actually, I was gonna say Chensoy is actually in P3 in AM, and I wouldn't say not for long because right behind him is actually Gary Slater. So our last season's champion, last season's AM champion. Yeah, so far looking pretty good so far. A bit of a quiet race for
yeah,
them, but
Slater. Whoa,
oh, Berggren,
Bergen.
what has happened to him? Oh, we shall see in the replay.
I think he probably, yeah, he got into the yeah, it just looks like they weren't able to slow down enough and they just slid, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Um,
I'm not sure what has happened to the Porsche because, like, they have been, I'm not sure because, like, it's a little complicated. It's a little complicated. Like, apparently the Technobus drivers, so it's been apparent with KP and now Berggren as well. So the Porsche is definitely giving them hands.
for sure. No, Dijon currently right now getting closer and closer to the car in front of him.
Yeah, three
Tried to.
tenths.
Dijon and Wong so far in this battle have been looking for any and all opportunity they can and just aren't able to find it. Dijon making a small adjustment as they go down the straight towards the S's. I definitely think we're going to be seeing another passing opportunity at the Melbourne hairpin. Keeping the pressure on through the chicane. And let's see if he can make the pass attempt. He looks low. He looks high.
Yeah,
Isn't able to make it stick, but trying to keep his line as smooth as possible.
yeah, a bit of
He
a
has
slow
another
exit.
opportunity.
A bit of a slow
There's another
exit from De Jong, so that might probably slow him down a bit. But yeah, so far, yeah, still 3 tenths actually. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how to feel about this because like I'm just watching this. Probably our nails are gonna run out at this rate. We're just biting our nails right now with this suspense. You know, we're not sure when De Jong's gonna make his move, but of course they have 15 minutes left to go. Pretty sure he has to make a move at some point, and
Still plenty of room to make that stick.
yeah, indeed. And there was almost a brief battle between Kirihara and Naval Nasran. So I think Nasran has caught up with Kirihara somehow. Not sure what has happened to Kirihara back then, but we're basically looking at the battle for the AM lead. It might not be much at the moment, but of course, it's between the last race's winner against a new rising force. A new rising force in the form of Nabil Nasran returning to track GT3 Cup.
Yeah, Rising Force is definitely a good way to describe it. They've put themselves in such a good position this race. They've been keeping it as smooth as they can, and long as
yeah. I mean, despite the stiff brake issue that was brought up a bit, earlier on, Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
so far Nasran has been doing pretty well and swell right now. And ooh, are we gonna see a move coming around because they're 2 tenths away from each other? We're gonna ride on board with De Jong right now, coming through the S section and now onto the old hairpin. So far looking good between these two. Oh, a bit of a snap from De Jong, but of course, yeah, looking good so far for the McLaren.
What I was gonna
Ooh.
say before I was interrupted, no, Nasrin has been doing leaps and bounds, at least better than how I was predicting. I was expecting to have a bit of a tough time at the beginning of this race, but he's doing great for himself
Oh,
here.
oh!
Oh,
Kirihara's dropping down. What has
I
happened?
say that he's kept it clean, and Kirihara's made the mistake to let him pass. So it looks like I think
Oh,
yeah,
what?
he goes wide through through the S's. Yeah, I think he just couldn't slow down fast enough to make the S's, and so Nazarene gets the lead here in the AM class.
Yeah, very strange from Kirihara, but you know, I didn't actually say this before. He's a very good qualifier, but when it comes to the race, you know, he does crack under pressure a few times. There's been history with this kind of issue. So of course, Kirihara can't afford to make these kind of mistakes as well because they're not dominating as they did in the previous race.
Yeah, well, as we saw that they had not a very large window between them and the car behind, and that accident ate up. Well, not that accident, but that mistake ate up all that window for them. So now they're back on the offensive, and
Hmm.
yeah, by the looks of it, they are pushing hard right now to try and make that pass.
Yeah, well, we're keeping an eye on the two battles going on. Both are for the lead of their classes. So we have Alvin Wong currently in the lead overall and in the pro class, followed by De Jong, who is 6 tenths of a second behind him. So the top two are having a battle of their own, and of course we are also watching Naval Nasran returning to Track GT3 Cup in the Technobus Racing Aston Martin. Doing really well in the lead in the race after in the lead of the AM class after a quite costly mistake from Kirihara into the hairpin into the chicane, but it's still giving chase, and Kirihara actually made yeah, I think sorry, I was gonna say Nasran ran a bit wide at the exit of the corner as well. It's gonna give Kirihara a bit of a chance.
I was gonna say the two class battles, the two battles for the lead of both classes are literally one after another. As you can see in the background there, Alvin Wong and Etron Dijon just a bit behind these two. So we'll see how
Are
them
they?
lapping the.
Oh, they are. Oh, this
Yeah,
is gonna be
literally.
fun. Oh,
So they
these
might become a
two.
snake of battling for first in each of their class here. It's
Ooh,
three.
right. Oh, how's this gonna go for the M class
Yeah,
drivers?
because no
For
one's
the
gonna want
lead
to.
as well.
No one's gonna want to back down here from
Oh, there's
this.
a Brovka as
They
well.
have
Oh,
to.
they're giving way. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, that's good for the AM class. But of course, the pro class driver is gonna have to contend with the V12 Vantage being in the way a bit. Oh, yeah, a
Whoa!
bit close.
They move out of the way, give them
Yeah,
a bit
it's
of room
a
to get
little
on
costly
by.
from Alvin, but so far they are Gucci. But oh my goodness, they are having a front row seat of the M class drivers
Yeah.
up ahead. Oh, we're gonna definitely watch this. Oh, Kirihara and Napo
Oh!
going in side by side in the final corner. Oh, Napo gets the better exit, but of course, we're definitely gonna watch this as well. Right, to the helicab we go. Oh, Nasran still maintains the lead of the race, and right behind them are the overall race leaders. So, this is going to be really hard to negotiate, and I think Kirihara is going to have a bit of a dilemma during the race because does he yield to the cars behind, or does he not? I think this is going to be very, very interesting between these two two battles going on right now.
Yeah, so far, Nazarene at the front of a 3 Aston train coming in
free
through the
Aston train. That
turns.
would be a very, very nice photo coming along. But of course, front row
Kirihara looking
seat.
for an opportunity before he's got to give up, before he's got to give way a little bit for the pro class leaders. It's
Oh,
gonna
it's already
become
blinking.
a
Oh,
lot of
Kirihara pulls away a bit. Oh, this is gonna get very sketchy.
Oh,
Very sketchy. But so far so good. So Kirihara decided to take the easy way out for now. But that's gonna give more pressure to Naval Nasran. He has to run a bit wide. But
that's gonna give Kirihara an advantage coming into the
actually
next turn.
still ahead of
as,
De Jong.
Nazaryn's gotta give, Nazaryn's gotta give way. De Jong flicking the lights, letting them, hey, you need
That's
to
gonna
let
be
me
very
pass.
costly for the. It's gonna be very costly for the McLaren. They lost quite a lot of time from there. So
No,
De
but now
Jong
the battle
gets to relax a bit. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was very close. Still from Kirihara. So Kirihara definitely not happy with, with having to yield the lead yet again because of a mistake. But, De Jong's gonna have to work again for the, to gain his pace again to Alvin Wong. Yeah, the gap is at 1.2 seconds right now, between them. So, the AM class battle definitely had an effect on the overall race lead too.
Yeah, and with less than 10 minutes left on the clock, moves are important to make right now for these drivers. All four of them in this kind of small pack right now. But right now, it is a massive recovery drive right now for De Jong, because he's lost a lot of time to the car in first right now, as Young gets another drive-through penalty.
Huh. Oh, Young has
So
another drive-through. What has happened to him actually? Has he cut the corner quite a lot? I believe he has. But where though?
That's the only. I'm not sure, but that's the only thing I could potentially think of that would give him a drive-through penalty. So unfortunately,
Ooh,
it
might be there. He might actually be there
unfortunately,
for some reason.
A great start to this race. Unfortunately, going to have to fall back a bit more now.
Yeah, indeed. And
the battle between Nabil Nazrin and Ryoma Kirihara here.
It's definitely not over yet. These two were Technobus teammates last season, although in different, I don't say different divisions, but but yeah, they both were Technobus drivers together, just different outfits. But yeah, they're gonna definitely battle with each other. I mean, I'm not gonna give any bias to them technically, but this is gonna be a real fun battle going forward, I would say. And if Nasran, I was gonna say if Nasran could keep up this kind of pace, he could actually give Ryoma Kirihara some competition too.
I mean, as of right now, he's holding down the fort there in first place. Basically unopposed right now. Kirihara has a bit of a gap to make up. So go back down to Daryl Young, who's dropped all the way down to 7th now from the start of this race.
Wait, has he? He has pitted, I think.
Yeah, he has pitted. He's cleared the drive-through. He started this race up in 3rd, got 2 drive-through penalties. Now he's down to the 7th. So now he's on a bit of recovery mode. Kind of pick up whatever pieces of this race he can. These two Astons are just kind of trying to catch each other right now.
Yeah, come on, you two. It's the home race as well, because it's Donington Park in the UK, and it's the Aston's home race too. So, definitely a 1-2 in the AM class. Very good result from the Aston Martin, and of course, Alvin Wong with the overall race lead. So, the Astons are having a real fun time right now. But of course, nothing's over until it's over, because pit window is just closed, and we have De Jong back into contention again. So
Ryoma Kirihara got a drive-through penalty, which I think will give Nazaryn basically the win in the AM class here.
Oh, definitely.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah,
I think they may have cut a corner a little too much.
Yeah, see, this is the thing, because Kirihara has been what's happened here?
Nazaryn's just giving him the pass. He has to serve the penalty, so Nazaryn's just gonna get that position back anyways. So
A bit cheeky
Not,
from Nasrun, but you know,
give it
but
to him
it's
for
all
a little
right.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this battle won't end the way Kirihara or us at home will hope. But that does mean Nazarene has a very, very good chance right now
Ooh, very close.
of his first race back being a win. As De Jong gets into the dirt a bit, going nose to tail with Wong, trying desperately in these last couple minutes to make this pass. These two have been fighting tooth and nail this entire race.
They're still at it. Oh, De
Yeah,
Jong.
Wong getting a bit in the dirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say De Jong is actually the faster driver in this whole race, but he's been hampered down by Wong's defensive masterclass he's doing at the moment. So you know, it's up to De Jong to actually plan out a move. I think he's as close as he was a couple of minutes ago. So he's as close as he was like 10 minutes ago, I believe. So you know, he's definitely having to line up a pass. You know, maybe coming up to the hairpin. Who knows? We're gonna have to see from this camera.
They look close, but I don't think that's close enough to make a move for them. They're gonna just kind of keep that momentum, trying to get the best exit they can out of the Milburn hairpin. Yeah, they are just unable to find an opening right now. It's absolutely a masterclass in defense right now for Wong.
Ooh, right. I mean, okay, well, now that we're almost at the end of the race at the moment, even though there's still a battle going on, you know, what are your thoughts so far? I was gonna say, like,
I mean,
overall, it's been slightly quiet.
I mean, despite it being quiet, there have been some highlights, especially those 3 wide passes that we saw at the hairpin.
Oh yeah.
Especially the battles between first and second of both classes, literally one after another. That's something to look back on.
Ooh, wow, what was that?
Yeah, no, one of the couple drivers that aren't having the best time right now. I think they just got into the grass and the car just lost all grip. It's not their first time going into the grass here, so I'm assuming those tires aren't doing the greatest. So once they get back into that grass, it's giving them a bit of hell.
Yeah, I mean, like, they, I think it's happened last season, sorry, not last season, last race with KP, sorry, Xiong. So Xiong has been, I believe, like, he was limping with his Porsche at Suzuka last time. So, you know, probably same issues arise with the other 911 GT3.
Ooh, Dijon getting really close, but not being able to make the pass there. Big dive coming into that last turn. As we have I see about 1 minute to go, and I think maybe
we're into the
2
final lap of the race right now. So De Jong definitely has to make a final lap pass, and well, look who's ahead. It's Scott Brewer.
So yeah, this is it's make or break time here for these two drivers as we come through as what I called them pre-race, by accident, the cancer curves, the craner curves, towards out of Old Hairpin and past Starkey's Bridge. No, Dijon basically has 2, maybe 3 more opportunities here to make a pass, or else it is game over for them. But yeah, I think they might have 1 more lap here, maybe.
No, it is a final lap. It was called out a bit earlier. So yeah, the time is gonna run out, and De Jong. Ooh, De Jong definitely has to make a pass. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, a bit of a lap traffic.
Oh, a bit of a mess.
Into
the final corner. Oh, that. Yeah.
But Alvin Wong gonna take another. Looks like he's gonna take, unless he makes a mistake here in this last hairpin, which seeing his consistency today, I don't think that's gonna happen. He's gonna cross the line. First place in pro and overall.
Oh, De Jong is definitely not gonna be happy with that.
No, that's a very frustrating way to have your race end. Basically, the opportunity taken away from them. But yeah, they're gonna finish this race in second, followed closely behind in third by Ruby Nekomata, and I believe Nibble Nazran
Yeah,
is going to
Nasran.
be our AM class winner.
Actually, his first win in all of track. So there you go.
Yeah,
Congrats.
I mean, that's one way to come back. That's a way to make your first win, a good way to come back in style.
Yeah,
We can
first
start crossing that
and
line.
yeah, first win for their team as well since their TGT debut last season too. So redemption for the
Yeah,
returning of the series. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah.
definitely a top performance from them.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, Yuan Shilin, across the finish line P4, Alex Curto in P5, Poplet in P6, Daryl Young, really tough luck, really tough race for them with 2 drive-through penalties, in P7, Sikowski in P8, Albert George in P9, Isaac Umbras just crossed the finish line in P10, Tina Curtis P11, Brewer P12, Nabil Nasser P13, Kirihara P14. But yeah, really, I'd say a very entertaining race. I would say, if you ask me. So,
Yeah, no.
yeah. So yeah. What do you think?
I mean, anything I said was immediately just dumpstered by everyone's performance here today. Everyone did for the most part, everyone seemed to have like a really consistent race. There was a few hiccups for some people, unfortunately, but for the most part, I think that's stuff that they're gonna get kind of figured out for next time. Um, besides that, I don't really have any other notes to go to. Anything you want to talk about before we kind of wrap things up here?
Yeah. I mean, wow, it's another win for Alvin Wong, which puts them
Yes.
a few more points gap. I believe it's 5 points for between first and second place, right?
It was I think it was a 10 point. Yeah, it was a 10 point gap between them.
Yeah,
So
10 point
making
gap.
that gap
So
even
make it
wider.
15. No, let's say 15 because De Jong had the fastest lap of the race, so it's a 14-point gap between them
Hmm.
now. But yeah, De Jong, I'm pretty sure yeah, De Jong had a really great first stint, but couldn't pull away from Alvin Wong, and of course, Wong pulling the undercut on De Jong and taking the race lead. And yeah, they've been keeping themselves glued to each other. I'm pretty sure like almost the whole race as well. So
Hmm.
really interesting part. And as for the AM class, uh, yeah, Kirihara, dominant qualifying performance, but unfortunately hampered by quite a lot of mistakes. And yeah, that ultimately gifted Nabil Nasran, who qualified in P2, his first win of the race as well. His first class win too. So, yeah. It's gonna get quite spicy in AM as well. I mean, seeing that Nasran is on his renaissance with this performance,
Hmm.
yeah, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the next race. So where are we headed
Yeah.
for the next race?
I believe the next race is going to be track GT3 the track GT3 Cups race at Watkins Glen.
Oh, going
So
bowling
that's going to be
again.
exciting. Yeah, yeah. So we're going to be returning to the Glen. We're going to be going bowling. I believe next week for V Track. Let me double
Yeah,
check
next week for
really quick.
V-Track, we'll be headed down under for Bathurst
Hmm.
for the Australian V-Prix. So do you tune in? We're gonna be live. We're gonna be live again, same time next week. Well, already same time. It's 1 hour later. Next week for V-Track Challenge, season 24/3. For round 4 of the championship. I won't be commentating because I'll have to race there. But yeah,
Yeah.
anything to close on
Uh,
before we end our broadcast?
big happy again for the third time I believe this broadcast. A big happy birthday for Kaito Nasa, one of the drivers in the field here today.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone, wish him
I
happy
hope
birthday.
I hope the rest of their birthday goes really really well. And with that, we'll see you on the track. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
indeed. Bye bye.